Hey, this is your boy Robert Brown, Black Man for Bernie. That's right. I figured it out. I know what's going on. In the efforts to making her the first woman president, there's some unethical things going on to get her to that position. Unethical things like showing up at the polling booth, Mr. Bill Clinton, blocking up traffic. Not cool. You should be convicted for that. That is breaking the law. So you got President Clinton breaking the law and he don't care. We talking about the voting purge in New York. We're talking about how independents are locked out, how they pushed the campaign date to switch parties way back in October when nobody was really getting in good with the parties. So, personally, I think they should change the law where it's about 1 to 2 months before you vote, where you can change parties. That make it more convenient, and you add more people to your party. Now, among the midst of all these dirty things that's going on, the bottom line is she have to play dirty, and you know why she got to play dirty? Because she just can't win. Why? You look at it. Bernie's killing her in the debates. Personally, I don't see her winning no debates. She's been spanking that behind all over the place. So she's not killing in debates. She's not killing in caucus states. Majority of caucus states, Bernie won. Majority of the open primaries, Bernie won. The only cripple for Bernie is we got too many closed primaries, and he didn't get out the effort to switch people over from independent or from Republicans to go to the Democratic Party for two reasons. To bring our level, to add more people to the party, which was something we want to do because now we got a president that's going to do something for you, or activist for a president. That was our Achilles heel. We didn't move people to switch parties, which would have elevated our status in the Democratic Party because we would own most of the block and she would have less of the block. But because she owned most of the block of the Democratic Party, pretty much she owned the Democratic Party. Gentleman Walter Schultz is the biggest kiss butt to Clinton. She was her co-chair in 2008. She was responsible with a lot of that stuff going out for us to picture Obama trying to say he's a Muslim and he's not experienced and showing him in Muslim. It was that camp that did that. So they play dirty politics, least you forget. They played dirty politics then. What make you think she's going to play dirty politics now? But she's trying to do Obama policies. She's saying that because she needs you on their side, especially my people. She's not going to do Obama policy. She has her own policy. She ain't going to do her husband's policy. She's not going to do Obama's policy. She have her own policies that she tried to push during her time as Secretary of State. That was a sham. The only reason she became Secretary of State is because that was part of the deal of her conceding. And she knew she was only going to do 4 years. She wasn't going to do 8 years. She only needed 4 years so she can get off, get some rest, get some speaking fees done, get paid big dollars. I wonder what's in those speeches. And then she was going to set herself to run for president. It was part of her plan. Oh, President Obama chose me because he trusts me. No, President Obama chose you because you had him against the wall. You wasn't going to give up until you did that. You was going to contest them like Bernie doing. And right now you're mad because Bernie is going to contest you all the way over because you're not going to hold nothing on his head because he don't want nothing in your cabinet at all. He don't want to be a part of your cabinet and he don't want to touch your cabinet, and your cabinet is like kryptonite him. He don't want to be a part. So you can't lock him in where he's going to concede and give you the party. Number one. Number two, we're only 300 delegates behind. Screw you, news reporters who always throwing that super delegate. You know the deal with the super delegate. Get out of here. Which I personally think is unconstitutional. Get out of here with that. The delegate count is less than 300 for Bernie. So he still have a shot when we got over 1,000 more delegates to go pledge delegates. So stop asking the man to drop out. It's no time to drop out. We still got, every state need to be voted for. Everybody need a right to vote for this man or that woman, as Bill Clinton would say. So no, he don't need to drop out, and you'll be a fool to call him to drop out, and he have no reason to drop out, and you need to stop asking because he's not. He look at you like you're stupid. Stop. It's not going to happen. The man still got a path to victory. So he's behind her 300 delegates plus. Yeah, but he can make it with California. and a lot of other. He can get in the lead with just California with big margins, because right now he's polling with big margins in California. So if he went in California, guess who takes the lead? So no, he ain't getting out of this thing. You crazy? Taking it all the way to the convention. Why? Because this is the point I want to get to. Your girl can't win, but she has more experience. Having experience to run a McDonald's don't mean you're going to get a grade from the city or the state. You can run a McDonald's and get a D grade. Experience don't mean nothing, because you can be experienced at sucking. That's right. You can suck, and your suck will be an experience. Put you on a job. What you do on the job, you messed it up. You suck. So you can be, so don't tout experience. And Libya is not touting your great experience. Haiti is not touting your great experience. Palestinian people is not touting your great experience. Honduras is not touting it. Haiti is not touting it. So start with the experience. She's more experienced than me, but she's more experienced than the Amendment King, who's known for getting stuff done, who have highly respected, who's highly respected on both sides of the aisle, highly, have nothing but good things to say, not linked up to any scandal, never ever will be, never was, and not in one right now, which behooves me. Why in the world you want to try to put somebody in office who linked up the scandal all her life, linked in the scandal right now, and will be linked in the scandal in the future, for her to get all the way to the Democratic nomination, and then all of a sudden, the moment she get elected, in the general election, she become our nominee, the FBI swoop in there and indict her, and now you're giving a hand to the Trump. And I would tell you boldly in your face, a vote for Hillary Clinton is a vote for Trump. They're one and the same. And the moment you keep voting her in, you're putting her in that position that if she get indicted, she'll have to concede, and then we only got Trump. And Bernie is smart to go to the convention, because this can happen any freaking day. Any day. So, going back to what I'm saying, I got it. The main reason he has to stay in this thing, because she can't win. Let me explain to you. Like I said, I give it to you. She's been kicking our butts. The only reason why she got, they're not even counting the caucuses. They're not even counting the closed caucuses states for us, how many people Bernie won. And we're going back to some of those states that he lost. And when they go have their convention, guess who ended up overtaking the delegates? Bernie Sanders. Because Hillary people not even showing up. So much for momentum. But the bottom line is, she can't win. So even though she say, I'm winning, I got 3 million, I got this and that. No, you're losing. You got 3 million of the Democrats, because those Democrats are staunch Democratic. You're you're polling badly with independents. You're polling badly with the Republicans. In those areas, you suck. Just like your reign as Secretary of State. You suck. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, I love you as a person, but your job, your record is not a stellar record. And to tell Henry Kissinger is your mentor, you're saying yourself, let me stop. Who? Really? Henry Kissinger? Wow. So you can't win. She can't win. Here's why. She was beating Obama. She was doing dirty politics with Obama. And I can go into the dirty politics that she's doing right now. Y'all probably already know it. You just turn your head and act like she's not doing it, or Super PAC's not doing it. But the dirty trick she did with Obama still ended up overtaking her in the delegates. And he went to those super delegates and proved this case that she is a losing general candidate. Even John McCain will whip her if y'all don't make that change. And they heard his pitch. And they listen to him. And I got a feeling they're going to do it again. If they don't, if they give him the middle finger, I'm not a middle finger. I don't encourage people to give him a middle finger. But give him the pinky finger. Forget you. I'm going to do what I got to do, because I need to do what I need to do to change this nation. He shouldn't concede. He would not concede. And he would not tell his supporters to support her, because she's the very thing that we're fighting against. The oligarchy. The big money interests, the lobbyists, taking money here, hawkish principle here, Republican thinking right there. She's everything that we're fighting against. So no, we're not going to turn and support her. And Bernie will be a fool to tell us to do that. So when he said that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure a Republican is going to get elected, You better read between the lines. It doesn't mean getting us to support her. We will never support her. With Bernie or bust. You got to stick 2 guns to my ears, up my nose, in my mouth, and put a knife to my throat to get me to even consider voting for her. But before I do that, I'll pull the trigger and push the knife in my throat before I do that. She can't win. And here's the reason why. Right now, Bernie Sanders, because he was smart enough to run as a Democrat, put him on the platform where people can hear his message. Smart thinking. Because as an independent, he wasn't going to be able to do it. That's why Jill Stein ain't got the voice that she wants to. Great as she is, she don't have the voice because she run as an independent. He was smart enough to run with the Democrats. He'd been caucusing with the Democratic. He considered his mindset Democratic, progressive Democratic. So he was smart to run as a Democrat so he can get the exposure. As a result of that great exposure, smart, people found out who he was and his policy. And he began to chip away at that block of Democrats that were all ready for Hillary, me including. All of us was ready for Hillary until we started getting to know Bernie. And he chipped away that block up to the point that Bernie owns 30 to 40% of the Democratic bloc. 30 to 40%. He got about 25 saying, I'm Bernie or bust. If Bernie don't get the nomination, I'm out of here. And people like me joined the party because of Bernie. I'm a freestyle voter. I vote independent Republican. I vote you on your record. And I've seen her record. And you say young people don't do their research. Well, old people do. And young people do. And that's why they're burning for bust. They're not going to go with you. Because they did their research. They know about the Panama Papers and how you promote that. They know how you promote it, right, as a business opportunity, even though thousands of lives was sacrificed and blood was shed all over that place, all for oil and opportunity. They know about this. They know about Haiti. They know about Honduras. They know about Libya. They know about these things. Plus, they know about the past stuff too. You know, Travelgate, Whitewater, all that stuff. Watergate, and how you got fired, you know, because they know about the 12-year-old girl. They're starting to know about the illegitimate so-called son of Bill Clinton, refused to take a paternity test. People start, now I know these sound crazy, but these things are out there. Our thing is, why don't you challenge it? Because they're out there. Anyway, scandal upon scandal, past, present, and it's going to end up being scandal in the future because some things are starting to come out now. So she's a losing candidate. She do not have majority. She do not own the Democratic bloc no more. And those are the only people that's voting for her now. And those are going to be the only people that's going to vote for her during the election, general election. No independents is really voting for her. Not probably about 5 to 10%, and they're not going to vote for Trump either. The independents are overwhelmingly on the side of Bernie Sanders, and he's getting some Republicans. Hillary and Republicans don't go together for us fighting around this. Some Republicans don't like Hillary, but yet Hillary have Republican ideas, so she would be the perfect candidate. I think that's the reason why Donald Trump is running. I wouldn't be surprised she asked him to run. You know, because they're best of friends. But she can't win. She can't win in the general. You got to have the ability to win people from all walks of life, all colors, all races, all creed, all sexes, and of course, all political thinking. You got to win Republicans, you got to win some independents, and you got to win some Dems. And here's the thing about it. Bernie owns the Dems. They're going 30% of the Dems. They're going with him. He owns about 65% of the independents. They're going with him. He owns about 10% of the Republican bloc, and that's growing. They're going for him, not you, not Hillary Rodham Clinton. No. And they're not going to concede, and they're not going to go your way because you represent the very thing that they're fighting against. And to do that would be a hypocritical movement. It's not going to happen. So hang it up. And then you taunt how big you're winning. Doesn't help at all. And your plea is just going out of in one ear and out the other one, because we see you and what you represent, not what you're saying. We see you and what you represent, not what you're saying. And last but not least, so saying that, she can't win. Then she got the FBI situation going on. She can't win. It'll be very embarrassing that she wins the nomination. Also, the FBI pulls her out because she also determined to make her the nominee. She's a losing candidate. She can't win a general, just like she couldn't do it in 2008. She is not a transformative figure. She's a Clinton, and people tired of Bushes, and they're tired of Clintons. The overall general public don't want her and won't vote for her because she's establishment politics. Bernie Sanders is a transformative figure. He have gut, galls, and grits. He stand up for the working man, and he'll rather not wear a tuxedo and wear a suit to a correspondence dinner because he don't want to be in that party of elite, kissing and smoozing. He's all about getting things done. He believes his life is to make things happen for the people. What got my respect for Mr. Sanders is him chaining himself to that black man and black woman, signifying that if they're going to hang you, they're going to have to hang me. If they're going to burn you, they're going to have to burn me. They're going to have to tar and feather you, they're going to tar and feather me. If they're going to have to skin you alive, whatever, I'm in this with you. She can't say that. She's in it with them. While you singing, I'm ready for her, she's not ready for you. She's ready for the corporate interests. I'm with her. She's not with you. She's with the corporate interests. And I said a million times before, you sitting up there trying to get that man to do things for you when he's married. There's nothing you can do to get that man to lead that woman. Same thing. You can sit up there and tout Hillary Clinton without looking at her record, without looking at her past, without looking at things that she did, good and bad, more bad than good. And you're saying, oh, I want them. She's not ready for you. She's ready for the corporate interests. And she's going to always be that way. And they've always been that way. You look at their wealth, and you look at new stuff coming out with the Clinton Foundation, you're going to find out pretty soon. Just more and more scandals. We don't have to look for these scandals. And these scandals are not fabricated. These scandals pop up because they're running dirty politics. And I hate to say it, some of the things that they're doing is not fair. And people say, your rhetoric against the Clintons are very hard. Yes. Yes. Because I'm going to fight tooth and toenail to let a man with integrity get into office versus a woman who have no integrity. She lacks integrity. She's the most untrusted next to Donald Trump. Both of them are untrusted. Oh, well, both of them are not going to win. No, she's not a winning ticket. So my plea to Hillary Clinton is to concede. Don't let your pride or your lofty goal of becoming the first woman president damage the whole Democratic Party. Senator Sanders came in to save the Democratic Party, wanted to bring brand new people into the Democratic Party, to get it back to the party for the people, by the people. Now it's for the corporation, by the corporation. Now it is a corporation. Thanks to David Wasserman Schultz. It's time for you to concede. You ain't going to be able to get you're not going to win the election on your own. You're going to have the superdelegates, just like Bernie Sanders. But even if you did win and you were crowned the queen of the Democrats, your next phase is a losing phase. Because nobody on the independent end and nobody on a Republican, I wouldn't say nobody, but majority of them, just not into you. They're done with the Clintons. Clintons are not heroes to them, but they see a man that can be a hero to them. And he's been a hero for the working class for a long time. So I ask you, along with thousands and even millions of not just Bernie supporters, but people, it's time for you to concede and read the hard math. That yes, you may be beating them in the Democratic Party, but the only reason you're beating them is because of these closed primaries. Had there been open, you know doggone well, and your supporters know doggone well, that Bernie would be in the lead. Thanks to David Wasserman Schultz closing the primaries, and who said recently, I wish I can close all of them because we don't think independents need to be a part of this. I want to vote for whoever I want to vote for. So don't even try that. I pay taxes. For the Democrats to vote, I pay taxes for the Republican votes, so I should be able to vote either way I want to. So stop. So going back to say this, it's time to throw in the towel. You're not going to be able to beat Trump. Trump got, you think, and people talking about, oh, you got so much rhetoric, and they're using some of the things that Bernie said they're going to use against Clinton. And these are not that. Look, Bernie didn't come up with this stuff. This stuff been going on for a long time. He didn't put the server in our house. The Republicans didn't put the server in the house. Come on. He didn't promote the Panama Papers like it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. He didn't do that. He fought against that. He didn't sit there and promote the welfare reform. He stood in a press conference saying, this is bad. Don't do it. He said at the Panama Papers, this is bad. Don't do it. He said it when it came to the crime bill. The bill has good points, but there's a lot of bad, and we need to get these out and replace them. Please don't do it yet. And he's still saying things. So no, Bernie is not giving them material. Hillary Clinton been developing materials ever since she started running for, ever since she got in the political game. We got materials all the way back to her Arkansas days. And don't you dare think Trump is going to play nice. Bernie has been nice. He's been cordial. He haven't brought up any of those scandals. He just brought up the current things like the transcripts and things like that. And the big money. And who's putting money in your pocket. There's tons of things that nobody's saying nothing about because Bernie's being nice. He's been the cordial man. Had it been me, I'm going for the gut. I'm going for the throat, baby. I need to knock you out with a 1-2 punch. But Bernie's trying to respect. Donald Trump ain't going to respect that. He's going to demolish her. From him giving her money and she doing almost anything she want to do, to him exposing her in all kind of different directions. And believe me, he's going to dig up the dirt from the past, including Bill Clinton's illegitimate black son, they say, who's supposed to be his black son, who she forbid Bill to take a polygraph test, who Bill himself believes it may be his son. So, all this stuff going to come out. So not only you got the scandals that's going to cause you to look like crap, you got the blocks that's not going to vote for you. And to save your own so-called legacy in politics, concede. There are women like Tussie. There's women like Warren. There are women like Jill Stein. There are women like Elizabeth Warren, women who of credibility, fighters, and got record and videos and tapes of them fighting for the people. They are worthy to become the first woman president. So if this is all about you and you becoming the first woman president, it's time for you to think about your party, because you're going to hurt the Democrats. You're going to cause more people, the 30%, to leave and give them an opportunity to vote for Trump. God forbid, don't want that to happen. But the reason they would do that, because Trump is outspoken with his stuff, but nobody really, we believe it. We haven't seen any evidence that he'll do what he say. But you're kind of incognito. We've seen the things you've done. So your voice, your actions are speaking louder than Trump's words. All right? Anyway, I'm done. I'm 23 minutes. This is supposed to be 10 minutes, baby. I'm going to split this in two. But anyway, you can't win. She can't win, y'all. Supporters, I'm sorry, she can't win. And when you concede to that and let Bernie unite the party in a big, beautiful way, when you concede that, he's going to do whatever he can to kind of keep your legacy intact. He's going to bring the party together. Your people already said they're going to vote for Bernie. They have no choice because they know he's a more credible, honest, integrity man. And he's on the up and up, unlike Trump. Love his wife, love his family, love his country, and love the people. So that's a winning bet. Your people's going to go with us, but our people ain't going to go with you because you represent everything they're fighting against. So for the sake of the party, concede, and support Bernie. Have your people support Bernie. They're going to support him anyway. I know you say we don't have no choice. We do have a choice because of who you are. It's not you being the Democratic nominee. It's just who you are. Your people your people's already said that they're gonna support Senator Sanders. The 30% block that was Bernie or bust. They're gonna support Sanders. 65% of the independents, they're gonna support Sanders in the election, and hopefully we can get it up to 20% of the Republicans. That's how you win. And I'm not a political strategist. I love politics, but I do have a brain, and I do know how to add. You're bad as a general candidate. Great as a primary candidate. Did your thing. But come on now. It's time to give it up. Concede. And let Bernie Sanders unite the party. And let's make this party. Let's get it started right as a political revolution. Changing things back to where it's supposed to be. Where it's for the people and by the people. I'm Robert Brown, Black Man for Bernie, baby. Feel the burn. Feel the burn.